Hey, welcome back. This is Lone Wolf, and we're playing on Vintage Story 120.3, and we are going to find out how to make candles in 120. It's different than it was, but not difficult. So we head inside where our inventory items are. We grab some reeds and we grab some red clay. Don't choose your fire clay. You need that for other things. Trust me. It matters in 120. So we just put reeds all around the clay. And each time we do that, we get 4 skeps. So we have 12 altogether. Let's go on out to the harvestable skeps. All of these are harvestable. So first thing we do is we break the skep. To break the skep, just left click on it. Doesn't matter, you do not need a tool. You don't need anything. You can have an empty hand and do this. Then with an empty skep in hand, just right click and that places it. So here we see I'm going to break this with nothing in my hand. Select an empty skep, right click, and it's placed. And we rinse and repeat. My preference is to only take half of the harvestable skeps. I have the notion inside my brain that if I have more harvestable skeps around the empty ones, that the empty ones will get filled sooner. Alright, we're not going to take that one. The ones on the double pulse I just leave. They never get harvested. And that's all good. Alright, so moving on. If I really need a bunch of honeycombs filled with honey, you don't have to leave half the skeps. It's not a requirement. It's just how I prefer to do it. But, I mean, you only need one full populated skep to fill the others back up. But with less full skeps, it can take longer, in my opinion. So what did I miss? Why do I have one? You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's take this one too. So I've grabbed a little bit more than half of the full skeps. It's okay. So now we're going to grab our honeycombs. And we're going to come over here. We've got a barrel that has some honey in it, and we have an empty bucket. You press shift and press and hold right mouse button, and we're shaking the honey out of the comb, and what we're left with is an empty honeycomb. Select more when that stack is gone, and the bucket just gets 0.2 liters for each honeycomb of honey for each honeycomb that you empty out into the bucket. And for each full honeycomb that we shake the honey out of, we get 1 honeycomb. This is pretty exciting stuff. So that says beeswax and this says honeycomb. So we're shaking the honey out of the honeycomb, and what is left over is the beeswax. Beeswax can be used to make candles, to make hardened leather, to help make a longbow, and to seal food crocks to make their freshness be extended by a great period of time. So if you want your food to stay fresh for a long time, seal it with with beeswax, and you will greatly extend your storage of your food. All right, so now what do? Well, we need some flax fiber. We need some fuel. We don't need this much fuel. Definitely don't need that. We need to grab our residue-covered cooking pot. You can grab one that's not residue covered, but it'll be residue cover ever after using it. There we go. So now we light this. You do not need to use peat. In fact, it only takes 250 degrees to cook this. So peat goes up to 900 degrees. You could use firewood that goes up to 700. And I'm not sure what level sticks go up to, but I'll bet you can heat the candles, the beeswax and the flax fibers with sticks, and it would probably fire. This does not take a long time for it to complete, so we're just going to sit here. This just has to get up to 250 degrees, and then we'll have 6 candles. So we have 6 in each slot. Takes 3 beeswax and 1 flax fiber per candle, so we can make at most 6 candles at a time. And normally when you're cooking like this, you would expect the results to go into the output here, but these seem to be kind of special, and the candles will end up in this slot. Don't know why. Seems like a bug, but makes no difference to us. We're making candles, it works, so good for us. So once this is cooked, these will all become empty and the candles will show up here, and then we'll fill it up again and make 6 more candles. So we're going to end up with 12 candles from this process. So there's our 6 completed. Do that, and now we're ready to make 6 more candles. Everything's fired up already, so the second batch is going to cook a little bit quicker than the first one. I'm going to go ahead and put those away. We'll come back, and as I said, it doesn't take real long to cook. And then we'll have 12 candles. And now you will know how to make candles in 120. It is a new process. It's done differently than any version prior. So here's your how-to. I'm going to leave one in there just because we need to finish it heating all the way across. We've got it up to temp. Now it just needs to stay that temperature long enough to complete the process. And if I need to add one more, we'll add one more. That's my fantastic elk, whose name is Tesco. He's just outside that door. And he is my friend, and I love him. So to cook these 12 candles, it's going to have required 6 peat to do that with. So there we go. 6 candles. I have candles that I'm keeping in here. I guess they're hot, so they didn't want to stack by default. So there we have it. We just made 12 candles, and you know how. Thanks so much. As always, subscribe, like, and comment. But most importantly, come watch the next episode with me, won't you? Thank you very much, and goodbye.